Welcome back to this rainy day. RanqeustLP here, bringing you episode number 15 of Building and Beyond Skyblock Multiplayer Edition. So how are you guys doing? I am finally back from vacation. Today's technically Wednesday, but I'm back from Thanksgiving, and so I had a lovely time. I did get an episode up at the father-in-law's house, which was, for the most part, okay, until I decided to try to upload at his house and realized that DSL is really slow. So it probably took me about 3 hours to record the whole episode, and then it took me a good 13 hours to upload it. That sucked. So yeah, I think I started recording the episode at like 11, started rendering it at 1, and then by 6 o'clock I went to go upload the video. And as I uploaded, I watched the upload counter up on YouTube, and it said uploading 500 minutes till upload, and that number just kept on ticking up. Ooh, look at that line. Interesting. And so I was like, wait, I can't spend 600 plus minutes uploading something. So then I tried zipping the file, well, because that would work, and that would still took about 500 minutes. So I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and upload the video. So yes, as I waited overnight, and I was up pretty early the next morning, but it wasn't until about 8:30 the next morning that the video actually went live. So that sucked. Oh well. So what are we doing this episode? Alright, so I'm planning a major reorganization of my island because, you know, I'm getting kind of sick of this cobblestone look here. I mean, it's fantastic in its own way, but, you know, I need to make some changes. And so I decided to start playing with some roads. You know, I've been filling in space, as you can see here, and then I just started implementing this road. Now, it's not 100%. I know that I'm going to do 3 lines of smooth stone half slabs for sure here, but the outside, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may do some wood stairs. I may do whatchamacallit, blah blah blah. I may do some stone brick stairs, which is kind of expensive. So the wood stairs seem to be the best in terms of return on investment. So let's take a look real quick. I'm gonna fall down here. I started upgrading my lower little paths here because I know I wanted to have little maintenance shaft underneath to kind of clean everything up. So yeah, that's been in progress as well. And this is actually going to be a huge undertaking because I kind of have to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. I have to, not only do I have to, where are you? One there. And then let's chop this. Not only do I have to build this road, so dig it out, but I have to make sure that I clear out and build all the way down and get all these little nuggets underneath. So it's gonna take a while. And then so I've got this one. Then let's chop this one out. So yeah, I mean, this is 100% necessary for me to do. I know that so something like that. I may do that, or I may do, where are you? This. Instead. You know, part of me is going to want to do this here, and the only reason why is so that we can get a contrast. Now, I may not use the regular wood. I may end up starting to use the dark oak wood, which means I need to get some saplings. But we'll see on that. We'll see on that for sure. Everything's going pretty good, though. I mean, with an exception of still not understanding what happened with the villager, everything's going pretty smoothly. So yeah, so what am I doing with these roads? Let's take a look. Alright, I need to get 2 major things accomplished fairly soon, because the entire build is gonna have to depend on it. So one, the roads. I'm definitely gonna need to do that. I'm gonna have this main road here. Now this stuff here is gonna go away. Remember that. So what happens on here, it's not gonna be squished like this. But I'm gonna have this main road here because this platform has to stay here. There's no option. This is where my spawn is, so I'm not gonna be able to change that. I am going to have the road go through this building because I'm gonna have kind of like a square complex on this side, and then this is gonna go into like the middle, and then maybe branch out on either direction. And then also I was thinking about having it go out this way, so I may kind of maneuver that, kind of take that out and have it go this way. Who knows? But I know that the road is definitely going to go out here to the front here. Split once, maybe come back this way, and then have another road going out that way. So what else is needed? Yeah, I need to do something about this here. This is slowly starting to get on my nerves, especially with the fact that we keep on getting so much armor. So I'm going to need to build an actual storage house. And also, remember guys, I still don't have a house for myself, so that's something that's going to come down in the future as well. But yeah, so I'm thinking that the storage room is going to actually probably be somewhere in there. I'm thinking that I'm going to have a nice little building here kind of round this corner off. And then I'm going to have all of my storage, at least for the most part, the essential stuff, anything I get, to go right in this corner. Which that'll be nice, having a home for all my things other than right out in the middle. Now, with this platform, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I thought it was a good idea, and it was for a while. It served its purpose, but it's slowly starting to get on my nerves, just because again, it's right in the way. So what I may do is I may nix the staircase here and kind of have like a spiral. Still raining. Have like a spiraling action down the back here. So that people can kind of come into here and then around. So it may just come back down this way and then down around that. So I'll have one there, who knows. So once I get all the roads done, at least to the point where I can kind of replicate them and move as I go, then we can kind of expand a little bit more. There's going to be a lot more buildings that are going on. I'm going to have a building per animal for sure. So again, we have our chicken, we got our cows and mushrooms, maybe just regular cows. I may have a mushroom house as well, who knows. But I'm gonna have to have a sheep area as well, and the sheep area is gonna actually be pretty large, for the main fact that I'm gonna want to have sheeps of every single color, all in one area. So we'll see about that, but again, down in the future. So alright, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get some work done off camera. I'm going to start working on these roads. I'm going to get to the point where I'm finished with the roads, at least based off of what we have here. And then I'm going to play with some of the guard edges to see what I really want to do, because I'm not 100% sure. Again, I'm thinking I'm going to go with the wood, just because it is something to break up the monotony of all this gray. The gray is really starting to butt heads with what I'm looking here, and who knows, there's plenty of other things to do, like I could probably put some wool in here to full wool block, and maybe like a light blue or something that contrasts well. So alright, well, I will cut the video here, and I will be back with you when I get to about there. Alright guys, I'll see you in a second. Bye-bye. Ooh. So, I kind of forgot. I forgot that I was getting ready to enchant something for you guys. And so I literally didn't get to do anything over here. Because I looked down and I have 31 levels. 31 levels. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's head on to spawn. We're going to go buy ourselves a pick, and oh, hello, I'm inside somebody's head. Hi, Tacos 808. And we're going to head on in, because I still need me one of them picks. Now, as far as the pick goes, I really need to get this pick situation done, because I am sick and tired. Where am I going to go? I think I'm going to go that way. Nope. I am sick and absolutely tired of having to keep on enchanting an iron pick. I just want it to be done so that I can start moving on to the next thing, you know, something. Yay, I bought a pick. Something along the lines of, you know, a sword, maybe get a looting sword again, because I lost mine. Blammo! Yes! Yes! It only took me about 10 enchants, but there it is. There it is. Yes. Now, it's about 11:30 at night right now, so I can't really be as excited as I'd love to be, but oh my god, there it is. Much better. See, when you start to threaten it, it just does what you want it to do. Oh, ooh. That looked not so good. Alright. Yes, our cows are growing. They're growing in numbers. Now let's get this pickaxe in the box. Glorious. Alright, so what does this mean? I mean, yes, this means that I'm going to get a ton of smooth stone without having to smelt it. 1. 2, all I'm going to have to do is name it, and then I just have to upkeep it. So instead of having to worry about getting a new one, I just get an iron pickaxe and put it with it, and I can then just repair it. Sweet deal. Alright, so what's next? On our list of enchanting or upgrading to new tools, so long as that stays healthy, I'm going to want to get an iron sword that's useful, because that's not useful for our farm. Because I know that I had one a long time ago, but I think I died with it. I think I fell through the world. Actually, yes, I did. I remember. I was clearing out one of these areas, and then all of a sudden I went, oh, no. It was a Halloween special. Yeah. So I didn't get any video of it because I didn't have time. I only had a couple minutes. But they had a Halloween town type area a couple weeks before Halloween, and then I got killed inside that area, and people stole all my stuff. Not so happy about that, but you know, that was a long time ago. I shouldn't be bitter. I still am, by the way. Okay, so, ooh, phone, be quiet. All right, so sweet, we've got that done. That's gonna help so much. I'm gonna cut out again for reals, and I'm gonna get this road situation done. All right, guys, I'll see you in a second. Alright guys, I'm back, and so I got a good portion of the roads done, and I'm actually fairly happy with it. Actually, hold on one second. There we go, I had to outfit my headphones on. I kind of forgot to put them back on. Alright, so I did not finish out the roads just because it's getting close to late at night, and I want to be able to talk to you guys a little bit more. So yeah, here we go. I decided to go with the wooden, just the regular oak stair for now, just because it's what I had on hand, and I think that it turned out nicely. You know, if you look at the contrast between the stone here and the wood here, it kind of gives you a decent range of colors between the two. So if you can see kind of like in this shade right here, you get a little bit of gray that kind of matches into this shade here. And then you get a lighter one that kind of gently goes into here. But they'll have a little bit of matching in terms of colors. So yeah, so that's why I like this here. And then I do know that there's gonna be a road here that's gonna kind of come into here. This is gonna be all reworked for the next time that we see each other, or maybe by the end of the episode. Who knows? So yeah, this is going to be working here. I'll probably make this into a building style like place. And then as you can see, I've placed those wooden blocks over here. And that's kind of the path that I want the road to take. And I mean, that will be a little bit here, but I kind of want to curve this road in to there to kind of change it up a bit so that it's not all just kind of intersection here. So this one, it's going to curve in, and then what that's going to mean is that even though this won't be here, there's going to be something here in this spot to kind of break up between the two roads there. Now, if we look over here, ooh, wow, that was weird. I blocked off here. I kind of stopped at the tree farm because I didn't want to have to tear up the tree farm for now. But there is technically room to go all the way through here, and this here, these rows are going to be cleared out again. Yeah, actually, you know, I'm not 100% sure what's going to be placed in here as of yet. I think this may just be kind of like this eventually will be a type of foyer type place before you get to everywhere else. But we're going to have the roads kind of intersecting here, and there'll be something in each corner, all the way up into here, and this will be kind of like a courtyard area where we'll have each building. There'll be a centerpiece that you can actually go into. Who knows? All right, and then, so yeah, and I think, and everything else pretty much is self-explanatory here, other than, you know, the side kind of coming up here, and I bumped it up here so that eventually people could come back down. Almost full. So that's that. What else would I like to go over with you guys? I'm not sure. Let's do a little bit more work. We're gonna keep working a bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of talking for you. So, being from New England, I am a Red Sox fan, and I cannot tell you how happy I was after this year. It was very unexpected. Winning the World Series is something that, you know, you either are excited for because you feel like this year's your year, or, you know, it's a huge surprise. And with this year that passed, nobody believed that the Red Sox were going to win the World Series, but they did, and, you know, it was a fun year to watch. You know, I didn't get to watch all the games that I wanted to watch, but I did get to listen to a lot of them on my way home from work. So yeah, this past year was great. Now, what's been slightly upsetting is the off season that we've been having. There's been a lot of our players that either are taking forever to sign or have completely left the team. You know, and to their effort, you know, part of that is maybe the Red Sox didn't want them, but it's still sad to see them go. And the one in particular is going to be our center. Well, he used to be our center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury, and so we were just given the news as of late last night into today that he signed with the dreaded Yankees for a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, absolutely ridiculous amount of money for any person to play a sport. Now, I guess people could say the same thing about, you know, what I'm doing / trying to do, or anybody that does YouTube, where there's potential for ridiculous amounts of money. And, you know, just to do what? To have fun, play video games, entertain you guys, the audience. But anyways, so apparently Jacoby got I believe it was a 7-year deal worth $152 million, give or take. I could be slightly off in those numbers, but I know it's something ridiculous about that. I mean, he gets paid $21 million a year to play baseball, and what's really upsetting is not that he left for the money, because everybody had been talking about how this year he was going to be gone, but the fact that he went to the Yankees, I mean, me personally, obviously the money is nice, I agree, but I just feel like there's no loyalty there. He played for a team that gave him his chance in the big leagues, all the way from the minors all the way up. He won a couple World Series with us. He's lived, slept, breathed the rivalry between the Yankees and the Red Sox, and he decides to sign with the Yankees, granted for a ridiculous amount of money. But still, I don't know. It's strange to me. I personally, as long as it would have been a fair deal, of course, for him, I personally would have liked to stay with the winning team, one that's not doomed to be kind of like the hated team for a long time. And whether or not they like to be that, they like that kind of publicity. Hey, what are you doing? Hey. Oh, okay. So whether or not they like being that evil empire. Oh, there you are. I knew I. Oh, geez. Oh, not good. Bad zombie. You're a jerk. Oh, crap. Where did you come from? I don't know. That was scary. You came from about this way. Inside? Did I darken you? No. Oh, well. So yeah, maybe they like having that evil empire mentality. But they pay so much money for players, and most of their players at this point are either possibly going to jail, Alex Rodriguez, or really old. Like their number one player, Jeter. I mean, he's 40, and he's gonna be the Yankees shortstop. I mean, power to him. He's a great player and always has been. But, you're 40. So, I don't know. I personally feel like there's almost no amount of money that I'd want to play if I grew up in the Red Sox organization, as he did, and I don't know. I wouldn't play for the Yankees. I think that's the one team out of all of them, and even if he would have gotten good money regardless, because he's a great player, but I don't think I'd be able to do it. So yeah, Red Sox Nation, go. And again, back on the contracts, they're just baseball is absolutely nuts. And let's look at when you look at baseball contracts compared to something like the football contract. It doesn't even. Granted, football. Get out of here! Where are you coming from? I didn't do it. Where? No, I can't. Dang it! So you up top? Maybe? Oh, yeah. There it is. Maybe there, too. So, yeah, you look at the salaries from football and, for those of you that don't live in America. American football, not soccer. If you look at the salary, there's no comparison. And, some of the mediocre players are getting... Because as much as Jacoby's a great player, he's not a great player. He's not the best player of his era. He steals bases. That's about it. But Jacoby Ellsbury is getting paid more than Tom Brady, possibly one of the greatest quarterbacks in the past 10, 15 years, 20 years. Almost of all time. So. It's crazy. I don't know. I guess. Good luck to him, I say. Good luck, Jacoby. You're gonna need it. You're on the Yankees and they suck. So yeah. So this is back to Minecraft. So this is pretty much what we're looking at. Again, I'm starting to get a lot happier with. Just adding this one main strip of road going around the corner makes, it almost brings the entire island back to life, in my eyes. It dresses it up, it breaks up the monotony, and you can kind of get over the fact that there's so much cobblestone and gray, because you have this light color with the wood. I think it just looks fantastic, and all this will eventually be dressed up. The biggest hindrance, and we take it for granted when we're playing in a regular world, is the fact that there's no dirt, there's no grass. The only grass is right there. You know, if this was a normal world, all this would be grassed out. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have an abyss, but still, people will just say, it's dirt, I'll throw it away. I mean, it's amazing, you know, and it just adds that color that is missing. So, I think probably what I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably going to need to start getting towards those sheep. So, here is what we're going to do. Alright, this is the game plan for the next couple episodes. I'm going to continue working on these roads. I think that I'm going to end up, you know, going out quite a ways and then maybe making another square here. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. And then I know, like I said before, I'm going to build this road out here kind of curved. Storage area is going to be here. But after the roads and that storage area, the next thing that I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need sheep. No question about it, because I'm going to possibly start using some of the green wool to kind of take the place of the dirt so that we can fill this place in and get color, because the gray is just not doing it anymore. And, you know, it comes pretty much evident with the fact that these roads are so nice. And again, with that amazing pick that we got, there's no question that I'm super psyched about that. You know, that is going to help out a lot as far as our roads and pretty much everything going forward. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, so roads, storage, sheep, more buildings, stuff, monies. And, you know, that we still have that long-term goal. I still want to open up that shop eventually. It's not going to happen. I'm going to turn down the sounds. You know, it's not going to happen for a while because you need lots of monies. You need 15,000 smackaroons to open up a shop. And that's before you start getting to the place, because you don't get to go in creative and make your shop out of nothing. We actually have to build a shop that, you know, out of the materials that we have. So as I get more materials, possibly on the wool persuasion, then I'll be able to, you know, make something nice over there. So we have a game plan going forward. Oh yeah, and then on top of that too, all the challenges that we're going to have to beat. But anyway, so we have a game plan going forward, and I think we took a huge step in getting there. So, but that's going to do it for this episode. I think we're getting around that 20-minute mark. If you like what you saw, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, anything like that. It really helps my channel, as I've been saying since the beginning. So yeah, guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you like about the roads. If you want to see something different around here, leave a comment in the description. So we'll see you next time, guys. RanqeustLP here, over and out. Bye-byes.
Here we go.